Here's what the placement line looks like. And all I have to do is match the edge of my napkin. So here's how I do that. I will place this down. We want to be close to the edge here and close to the edge here and get the corner as squared off as we can. These corners never match up with the accurate corner stitched by the machine, but that's not a problem. But what I do want to know is, where is the end of the line here? So I'm going to put a tiny pencil mark about a ½ inch. You don't even have to measure. About a ½ inch in from that end of that line, and about a ½ inch in from the end of the stitched line. It's just a little mark, and it's okay to do it this way because it's going to get stitched over in that area. If it really bothers you, just mark it on the underside or somewhere, just so you know not to go beyond that. I'll show you what that's for removing the hem. Okay, so what I do is I go ahead and there's my mark. So I'm going to cut this, the stitching line, fabric and all. Same thing over here. I'm going to move the hoops so we don't mess up our tacky side. So there's, and it's just approximate. I just don't want to go beyond it by mistake. That's why I put a pencil mark there. Well, there we go. Kept missing the space between the stitches. Okay, so the rest is just a matter of removing this hem. And it's okay if you cut across, because all this is going to be cut away. You don't have to remove just the thread, single out the stitches. You can do that. Just be careful not to poke the front of your napkin and put a hole in it. So I'm being careful that this is only going through that hem, not through the napkin itself. Just kind of finding the space between the stitches and sliding the scissors in. I've already pressed and starched this napkin, so that's important. All right, see how easy that makes it? And this may need a extra clipping in here. Just be very careful not to cut your napkin. All right, I'm gonna clip this. We just want to open it up to that point. And you can cut off the excess if you want, just so you don't have to deal with it. But if I remember right, I think you can even lay this down, but I think I'm going to cut it just to demonstrate it the proper way. All right, so I'm just going to cut on the fold where the hem was. I'm going to cut this tail first. Don't want to be pulling that. All right, so right there, hopefully you can see. I'm in front of a window, so I'm hoping light and everything is good, because the easier this video setup is for me, the more likely I am to make videos, because that's just a lot of details that I have to do by myself. And if it's too time consuming, I end up dropping a project because I just don't have time to be doing all that setup and then not having a video done at all. So the light there is better than the light that I might never have time to set up. So as long as you can see what I'm doing, I think we've got it covered. All right. And there's where we started. Okay, so here's what we do now. When you cut off the hem, try and make it even. Don't get sloppy because you're going to use that line for placement, that edge. Okay, so I'm going to turn this actually this way so that I think that'll show better. All right, so the important thing is to make sure both lines are, see, I could get it really perfect over here, but I'm way over the edge over here and vice versa, okay? So you're trying to find, and the tackiness wants to grab it, so just don't yank it and mess with it too much. Just be gentle, because you don't want to shift your stabilizer that you've already got in the hoop. A little short up here, so I'm going to fix that. I think I'm close. No, I'm not too close. This is the trickiest part, which is not really a trick. You just have to, because of the tackiness, you have to pull it off and move it over, pull it off, and all right, that's good over here. And this was really close, so I'm just gonna kind of coax that into a position right here. Remember, we don't want to go over the line, and we don't want to be short of it either. So you can kind of see the edge of the actual stitching line. Barely, but it's there. If you go over the line on each side, then the satin might not catch it. And I designed this so that when the satin stitches right here and picks up the hem of the napkin, it blends in nicely and not have it be too loose or miss the edge entirely and stitch on the inside of the edge. So it's kind of I did my part, so now I'm telling you how to do your part so that it'll be nice and accurate. Okay, so I press this down, make sure it's nice and snug against that tacky viline. And like I told you earlier, this is not important because the scallops are designed to be cut away right here. So as long as it's within a ½ inch or so of the end, I believe that's about right, it'll still work fine. All right, it's all stitched. This is why it's important to get the edges right. And then all you do is peel this back gently. You don't want to disturb the stabilizer. And this needs to be trimmed nicely because the satin will wrap around this edge here. Just be careful not to cut your viline. So I tend to slide my scissors in underneath the fabric instead of going like this and accidentally poking the viline. So I just place them and then slide in, trim, and I'll speed this up. Alright, so here's the other thing. You don't want all these eyelashes and cut threads that are sticking to the violin to get caught up in your satin stitch, just because it just makes it look messy in the end. If it's away from the edge, 1/4 inch or more, the needle won't catch those. But anything sticking out of the edges, you need to clean up. The neater it is, the more beautiful it will look in the end. Okay, now it's back to the machine. Okay, I'm a little awkward with this machine because it's my 20-year-old machine, which I just recently pulled out of retirement, just to show you that you can stitch these on a single needle machine. So it's like I'm embroidering for the first time because I forget how this machine works. I don't even remember if I'm supposed to hold the tail, but I'm taking my chances here. Oh yeah, put the foot down, and it goes on to the next color, which is really the first 3 colors are all the same color. That's what a corner looks like when it's finished. And notice the accuracy here along the edges where the placement line shows you exactly where to place it. Now all I need to do is clip a couple of threads here to remove the basting stitches, because these are not back stitched. These are just, unless the machine adds a securing stitch, they're not really secured. They should come right out. And sometimes, yeah, our machines will do that. So just clip the bobbin thread here and there, and then it's just a matter of pulling it out just like that. That one was just the basting stitch, that's why I didn't mind doing that close. And here's that one little stubborn one, and that's it. We don't have to remove the placement stitches because those are going to be cut off. I'm going to take this out of the hoop, and I'm not going to try and remove this right now. I'm going to go ahead and poke this through. Just want to get this, show you. Careful not to cut your napkin. So I do cut off that section that has the placement, because I don't want to go rinse that and have this go down the drain. So be aware of that. I'll use this tacky leftover piece to pick up all these thread tails that came off. And it's ready to go get rinsed and ready for the ironing board. Thank you all for watching. Click to subscribe, like, and comment. I appreciate it. See you in the next video.